This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.
Most business owners that I talk to work very hard. They are very stressed, but they are completely stuck. Their business have stopped growing. And if you ask them why that is, they'll come up with almost invariably a similar answer they would give you. It's either that the economy is bad, it's poor market conditions, I need more money to invest, I need more customers, I lack the right team. But here's the truth, that these are almost never the real problems. And so if they are stressed, working very hard, and they are stuck, this can only mean that they've been working on solving the wrong problems. And that is what I want us to talk about today.
This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.
So let's take this analogy of a sick patient. Imagine a man comes to the hospital and has a headache, a cut in his finger, a small cut in his finger, and then has internal bleeding. Comes to the doctor. What does the doctor do? The doctor doesn't try to solve all three at once, but moves on to identify the life-threatening issue of all three, which one is life-threatening, and focuses on that one. He fixes that first. And then, after that is handled, he may then move to address the small cut on the finger, give it a plaster, and then maybe a Panadol for the headache. Now, if the doctor tries to treat the headache whilst ignoring the internal bleeding, what do you think happens to the patient? The patient dies. So let's see how this applies to a business. I mean, your business at any point in time would have several things wrong with it. Several symptoms. It's either slow sales, websites problems, you have cash flow issues. No matter how, you may have 5 or 6 issues that are challenging at any point in time. But only one of them qualifies as the bleeding cut right now, at this point in time. And that is your constraint. That's what you need to focus on. But what most founders try to do is we try to focus on everything, and we want to solve everything at once. We want a new website, we want new product, we want new marketing strategy, and we waste time and money whilst the business bleeds. What a good business doctor would do, like the Startup Body Shop and what we recommend, and what a business owner should do, is to identify always what's actually killing the business and fix that first. What is killing the business? Fix that first. So the aha moment you get is that you discover that you've been trying to fix a headache that the business had whilst leaving the business to bleed. And you say, no wonder I am not getting better. No wonder the business is not getting better, because you've been fixing the wrong problem. So let's talk about a real business we were working with. This business manufactures eco-friendly charcoal from recycled materials. We have lots of those businesses around, and they are factory ready, their machines are running, and they produce up to maybe 600 tons per month. They already have sample, they have the pricing set up that they already have. They've started actually talking to prospects. Maybe between 10 and 20 customers have already shown interest in what they do. And rightly diagnosed their problem. They came to us obviously, said their problem is sales, that the bleeding cut is the sales, and 0 sales to date. And they worried, and they really worried. They were worried and want to take this business to the market. So the first thing we recommended is to run them through our constraint busting audit. We call it Constraint Busting Audit. And that's what we ran through. If you go to startupbodyshop.com, you would see our Constraint Busting Audit. So let's go there. And what you would see, we'd run them through. This is what you now see. Startupbodyshop.com. You go to the website. It gives you Startup Body Shop. So startupbodyshop.com. You go to products. You go to diagnostic tool. And it opens you up to this page. This page has basic information, your market, who, what, your offer, leads, your traffic, conversion, your sales, and delivery your operations, delivery, and delivery, your operations. And then you have final question. This is what we walked him through. It only takes 15 minutes to complete this. And at the end, you get 3 things. Once you complete this, at the end, you get 3 things. Number 1, it scores you across those 5 levers. You've heard me talk about the 5 levers. It's one of my best friends, the best discovery we made, that no matter the size of the business, finding out what's wrong with them, like the patient coming to the hospital and which one to fix first. This is a guaranteed tool that if you could run your business through this, it gives you the bleeding cut that you need to deal with and that you need to fix first. So it runs through the 5 layers, it gives you the score on those 5 layers, and then it tells you what your number 1 constraint is, and then it tells you what the real cost is of not fixing it. Now, so let's walk through the results for this client that we had. Let's walk through the results. This is what you have. Now, for marketing, for their market, which is the who, they scored 6/10. Their what, which is their offer, they scored 5/10. Their traffic, the lead generation, they scored 3/10. You're beginning to see the problem, right? You're beginning to see the bleeding cut. On the how, which is their sales conversion, they scored 2/10. This is their primary constraint. And on operations and delivery, you see they scored 8/10. This is what we ran through for the client. We see that their biggest weakness is their sales conversion. And obviously it's now connected to their lead generation and the components. So it's not production. They had conversations, they had interest, but they did not have a sales process. So, and they said maybe they only need to sell about 20 or 30% of their capacity per month to break even. But now they are selling 0. They're losing revenue, they're losing momentum, and they're losing position in the ability to start running, start making money, because you have costs that they have to meet with on a day-to-day basis. The old way is what they were already thinking about in terms of how to fix this. So imagine how people fix this. I can't sell. The first thing they go, let's hire marketers. Let's hire salespeople. Now, obviously the cost is high for a small business. You're coming up, you're just starting up for a startup. The cost is high to recruit marketers, and recruit marketers, send them to the street. If they don't have a consistent process that you would use to pitch to customers through a sales script and guidance on how to deal with objections that a client may raise, you'll be spending money punishing guys who are going to the street and only depending on their practical, natural skills that they have, to whatever extent they have those skills. And they will suffer in the market because you don't have a predictable, repeatable sales process. Was the feedback we gave to this. And so the way to do it, the new way, which is the 5-lever way, is to first of all fix the sales process. We said to them, fix the sales process. And it doesn't even cost you nothing to fix the sales process. And the result is you're going to have predictable revenue to drive your business. So they were planning to hire salespeople, run ads, but now the focus is simple. First of all, the first thing you do, you can't recruit people, don't send them out in the street and they don't have a repeatable sales process. First of all, you fix the sales system first. The sales system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's stuff that contains a whole sales process, which is first. Once you fix that, you can now hire people and train them to use the system. You can now send them to the street to go make sales for you. I see this every day. Imagine a restaurant owner who thinks they need more customers, but they don't realize that the problem is their delivery system. It's not customers, it's their delivery system. And if you only sit down and look at the figures, you would realize that they don't have repeat customers. Customer visits one day and they don't come back. So the problem is not that they need more customers. They need to look at their delivery system. People come once and they don't come back. Is there an issue with the quality of the food you produce? That is where the focus has to be on. That is the bleeding cut you have to deal with, and not to go say, I need more customers And it's funny that because more people would know you produce bad food. Is that what you want? No, that's not what you want. So you're treating the wrong thing. You don't need more customers. It's your delivery system that you need to fix. There are tutors, people who are providing services and says, we need to do better marketing. And the better marketing, let's get flyers, let's get brochures, let's be out there the more. But only to realize if you would look at deeply, you look at the 5 levers, sometimes the problem is not with better marketing materials. It's the niche. It's the ICP. It's the who. They are selling to the wrong crowd, and lots of stories and experience we have this. I imagine there was a situation where we had a product we were selling. We were selling this product which would create employment for young people, so that they will get their first job. And we struggled. We built this very elaborate program, only to realize at the end of the day that we were trying to sell this product to people who don't have money because they are just from school. And possibly we should not have even been selling to them. Our marketing material should have been targeted at their parents, at their guardians, whoever is supporting and financing their education. Those are the ones who were supposed to have been focusing on. So it wasn't the flyer, it wasn't the brochure, the ICP, the ideal client profile of who we should be marketing this into was wrong. And that's what we found out about that. And imagine founders who say their biggest constraint is funding. We don't have money to fund the growth of our business. But maybe their constraint is sales. And if you would listen to investors, veteran investors will tell you the best means of fundraising is sales, is traction, is to prove this business has wings, is to prove this product has customers, people who are already buying. Once you begin to do that, it's so easy to be able to attract funding. Any serious investor, the first question they would ask you is, it's about traction. What have you sold to date? And so your problem may not be that the fact that you lack funding. No, it's prove customers want this, and the only way you prove that customer wants it is the sales that you're making, no matter how little the volumes of the are. And so what actually happens, people are stuck not because they are lazy. Business owners are stuck not because they are lazy. We are stuck because we are busy trying to solve the wrong problem. And one of the things you should realize is that your business is a system, and systems don't fail randomly. They fail at their weakest point. That's why we keep talking about the constraint. Your biggest constraint is where you focus. The bleeding cut in the hospital with the patient. That's why you focus on, not the headache. You focus on the weakest point in the business. And that's what exactly we do. So once we find what's the weakest point, if you fix it, every other thing starts to move. There's another thing I would share with you. Because of the way business is run, you cannot be able to fix a business once and for all. You fix it once, and you don't need to fix it any longer, because by solving one problem in a business, invariably sometimes it's the solution that you have developed that creates your new problem. But then it's new problem, it's a better quality problem. And so constantly, and so what you do, you repeat again, you run the process again. What is my new constraint? My new constraint at this moment is not X, it's Y. I thought it was sales, it's no longer sales, it's this, it's my lead generation, whatever it is. But once you find the bottleneck, you fix it, you can scale, and you do it over and over and over. Every 3 to 6 months, you have to be running this, because what represents your constraint changes as you fix, as you work, as you get better, and as you take everything that we're trying to share on the show. So therefore, do yours today. And it's interesting. So actually, 2 nights ago, I got an email from somebody who, got through and filled out the audit, sent us their feedback, and we're now getting back to them on how we can work with them to grow your business. So this is what I urge you today. Go to startupbodyshop.com/audit. Take 15 minutes. It's free, so that you could stop guessing. You could stop spinning. But you would find your bottleneck and fix it, and you'll be ready to scale your business. In case this has been valuable to you, share this with a founder. You could save somebody's life if you do this. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already done that. Please subscribe, like, and share. Share this widely. And then let's build a new generation of entrepreneurs who who will not stay stuck solving the wrong problems, but entrepreneurs that would find their bottleneck, fix it, and scale their business. So this is now your turn. You're a founder, or you know somebody who've been working very hard, very stressed, but they're completely stuck, and your business has not been growing. This is your opportunity. Take the audit now. It's audit.startupbodyshop.com. It's 15 minutes and it's free. You'll find the biggest constraints that you're facing in your business, and if you need our help to fix this, we are here waiting for you.
This is the JB Show, and it's your life by design.